Heracles and the River Cleanse. "Go now, Heracles," sneered King Eurystheus, leaning back on his golden throne. "For your sixth task, you must travel to Elis. There, you will serve King Augeas. You must clean his famous massive stables." Heracles, known for his mighty strength, frowned. This did not sound like a glorious battle. Heracles journeyed to the kingdom of Elis, home of King Augeas. As he approached, a terrible smell drifted on the air, so thick it burned his eyes. For 30 long years, the stables had held thousands of cattle, and in all that time, they had never once been cleaned. King Augeas was proud of his herds, but not his cleaning habits. "You wish to clean my stables?" he boomed, laughing at the famous hero. 30 years of filth. It is an impossible task to finish in one day, but I will allow it, if you can truly manage such a feat. Heracles was ready for a bargain. "If I succeed in cleaning the stables entirely by sundown, you must give me 1/10 of your magnificent cattle," he declared. Augeas, certain of the hero's failure, readily agreed and sealed the promise with an oath, as his son, Phileus, watched nearby. Heracles walked away from the king to study the task. He did not grab a shovel nor a broom. Instead, he climbed to the top of a small ridge and looked at the landscape. His keen eyes noticed 2 great rivers, the Alpheus and the Peneus, flowing nearby. With a mighty yell, Heracles began his work, not inside the stables, but in the earth itself. He used his immense strength to rip apart the stone foundation of the stable walls on both sides. Dust and rock exploded into the air as he worked with superhuman speed. Next, he rushed to the nearest river, the Alpheus. He used his bare hands and club to dig a wide, deep channel that cut through the earth, directing the river's strong current away from its natural path. He aimed it straight for the gaping hole he had just smashed into the stables. The waters of the Alpheus roared into the stables. Then, Heracles diverted the Peneus, and it rushed in from the other side. The 2 rivers met inside the massive, filthy building, surging forward like a watery broom, washing away 30 years of filth. The tremendous roar and rush lasted only moments. In one day, the rivers had swept all the muck and waste out of the stables and down into the sea, leaving the stalls clean and smelling of fresh earth. Heracles smiled, satisfied with his genius. Heracles stood before the king. "The stables are clean. I demand my payment, 1/10 of your cattle." But King Augeas went back on his oath. "You are just a slave of Eurystheus," he sneered. "I owe you nothing. You did this for your master, not for pay." Even though Phileus spoke up for Heracles and testified that the king had promised payment, Augeas threw them both out of his kingdom. Heracles returned to Eurystheus, successful, but the wicked king refused to count the labor, saying the hero worked for payment, not for penance.